I see you. Peekaboo. I see you. Peekaboo. Hi YouTubers, you've reached Ricco's channel and this is Ricco. So recently I've had a lot of questions on how I taught Ricco how to talk, and there's no right or wrong, but teaching your bird to talk is another great way to interact with your bird and have fun. But please keep in mind that just because a bird has the ability to talk does not always mean that they will. Birds are no different than us humans. We may be capable to do many things, but it doesn't always mean that we will. If you are really adamant about having a bird that does talk, I highly recommend that you adopt a bird that already does. There are many birds out there that need homes. If you already have a bird at home that is known to have the ability to talk, and you just want another way to have fun and interact with your bird, here are 10 ways that might help to get your bird to talk. Number 1, start with no more than 5 simple single words that everybody in the household will use and will be repeating. So for example, like hello, goodbye, good night, peekaboo, come here. Whatever is simple, whatever you want to teach them, just make sure it's 5 simple words, single words. And then once eventually that they do learn the concept of talking, you can then move on to phrases. Number 2, avoid whistling to your bird altogether and just stick to words. I do find, and this is something I've done personally, you don't have to, I find though with whistling, it takes away from teaching your bird or your bird wanting to learn the concept of talking. If you've already have taught them how to whistle, that's okay. What you can do is just cut it all out together. Don't whistle when they do, and just simply talk back. Eventually they will pick up on that. And then after, what you can do is once they've grasp the concept of talking, then you can incorporate the whistling. This is just something I've done. Like I said, you don't need to do it, but it worked for me. Number 3, always use words at the appropriate times. For example, you don't want to say good morning when it is nighttime. You're going to confuse your bird. And if it's nighttime, you don't want to say good morning. You're going to say good night at nighttime. If you are giving them an apple, then you would say apple. Do you want apple? So this will help them to associate the word with a meaning, and they will start to understand the word with the meaning. So when they see you in the morning, they will say good morning or good night. It just helps them. They may say it at different times once they pick up on it, but it definitely helps them to associate the word with the meaning. Number 4, say words with excitement. Birds tend to react much better when you emphasize words opposed to just the usual way. For example, peekaboo, or peekaboo, or good morning, or good night, good night. See how I emphasize the words differently and just made it more exciting? Now, this doesn't need to be the case all the time, but I do find that you tend to get their attention more, and it does work. They just seem to react differently to some sort of excitement when you are mentioning the words or saying something to them. Number 5, pay attention to how your bird reacts to the word and pays attention. If your bird shows no interest, kind of like they just continue cleaning or preening, or they show no interest whatsoever, chances are they may not care for that word, or just you may not be making it exciting enough. When they are excited or interested, they will show it by body language. They will probably lean into your mouth more too, or even with their eyes pinning as well. You will definitely know the difference when you have piqued your bird's interest. Number 6, reward your bird with any type of praise once you hear them even attempting to say the word that you're trying to teach them. So it could be verbal praise, it could be treats. If you're doing clicker training and treats, just whatever your bird is accustomed to, use those as a praise or a reward. Remember, there's no wrong or right when it comes to teaching your bird to talk. With Ricco and Chico, I've personally never used treats when it came to talking. I've only used treats when I did training for tricks and stuff like that. But by all means, go ahead with, for example, Chico. If it was apple, because he knew how to say apple, mango, I would say apple. And if he said apple, then I'd give him the apple so he could associate the word with the apple. But other than that, I haven't used foods. Once I've heard them say the word, I would use more of a praise like, yay, good boy. And I'd get excited. Because remember, they want to interact with you because you are their flock. So they are going to want to communicate with you. And if you show them any kind of excitement and praise for them, that's positive reinforcement. So, but like I said, by all means, if your bird is more food motivated, then go ahead and use treats. Number 7, repeat words over and over continuously, even if you get tired. Your bird might pick up words immediately, or it may take a while. But in order for your bird to learn, you need to keep repeating the words over and over at the right times consistently. Example, if you're trying to teach your bird how to say good morning, you're going to have to stick to it every single morning, and it may take a week, it may take a month or 2 or 3 months. But you got to stick to the same words and repeat those words over and over at the right times. Number 8, pick the right time of day. For example, you don't want to bother your bird with the words when they're tired or they're showing no interest or they're preening themselves. For example, like if you're trying to teach your bird how to say peekaboo and you want to play with them because you want to again associate the word peekaboo with playing peekaboo, you don't want to pick that time of day to do it when they are wanting to take a nap or showing no interest. As well, even though you want to repeat the words over and over, you want it to be at the right time of day and you don't want it to become overly repetitive. So if you are playing, say, peekaboo, you don't want it to go any longer than 15 minutes because birds do have a tendency to get bored and they will just start to not be interested at all in what you are trying to teach them or do. Number 9, change up words after a while if you see that your bird is not showing any interest in certain words. Keep in mind that if your bird is not a talker yet, it could take anywhere from a couple months to a year. With both Ricco and Chico, it took them about 3 months to say their first word. However, if your bird already is a talker, it can take them a week to a month. But if you do notice that they are showing no interest in the word that you are trying to teach them or a phrase, then you can just simply switch it up. It may, like I said, just be that your bird may not choose to say that particular word or find it difficult. Nobody really knows why birds choose to say some words over others. For example, Ricco, I've asked him to give me a kiss for about 2.5 years since I've had him, and he will do the kissing sound. He will give me a kiss, but he will not say the words. So nobody really knows, but after a while, then you can also just throw in another word or change up the words to make it more exciting, and that may kind of simply just do the trick. Number 10, don't ever stop talking. Some birds are quick learners. Some may take a while. Like I said, some will never talk at all, but don't ever stop talking. It's almost like when you are talking, they are kind of just absorbing it all. And normally they will chatter first before they do say their first word. And you probably won't even be present. With both Ricco and Chico, I believe Ricco was in the shower and Chico was just in his room before I even heard them pronounce their first word. So don't ever stop talking because it may take, like I said, up to a year. Just keep on talking to your bird and they may surprise you when you least expect it. So there are just some of the ways that you can try to get your bird to talk. Just keep in mind that teaching a bird to talk requires dedication and patience, and it will not happen overnight. And even if your bird never speaks, they can still communicate with you in many other ways. Just have fun with your bird and love them unconditionally as they do with us. That's all they ask. So I hope this video helped. If you did find it helpful, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Ricco would really love it, and so would I. And thanks so much for watching, and bye for now. Say bye, Ricco. Bye. Love you guys.